Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd. Anyway, something interesting is going on, and I'm sure you guys have probably seen this or heard this or noticed it yourselves. Is that some of the figure sets are not going for the same price they were originally. So an example is this set right here, dun, 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 and this is the Rise of Evil. And this set was pretty cool in that it came with Keldor and Kronis before he was Trapjaw. And it's kind of a fun set. It came with an extra Skeletor head and everything else. And originally, this thing sold out like hotcakes. Nobody could find it anywhere, and the price on eBay just skyrocketed for this thing. And it was just crazy, 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 crazy. Well, I eventually got one set and spent way too much, I think on eBay or something, or I bought from somebody or somebody gave one to me or something. I forget exactly how I got it. But since then, I've been buying them off and on. In fact, Mike has bought a ton of Kronos figures from me in the past, and I've used a lot of the Skeletor parts or Keldor parts for all kinds of customs. So what's interesting is I'm doing my spring cleaning like I do all the time. Where is my? There it is. Or I do my chopping, chop, 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 to get rid of figures that are on the chopping block. And I was getting ready to start selling some figures. And so I looked this thing up to find out how much it goes for. And surprisingly surprisingly, it doesn't go for much. Hey, from Puerto Rico, thanks for joining me. Good to have you here. And so Juan, I'm sure you probably seen these figures. Well, anyway, so I thought, instead of putting it on eBay and trying to find a big box to fit this whole entire thing, because trying to find a box that fits this whole thing all the way to the top is a little harder. I don't have all those boxes sitting around. So I thought I could just parse it out. And so that's what I'm going to talk about today is what to do when you have figures that just are not worth what they used to be. There goes my camera. Don't sell them, keep them. You may need them in the future. See, that's a good point, but they're clogging up my room, and I'm tired of all these figures clogging my room up. So I'm going to talk about what to do with these figures. If you want to get rid of them or make room or whatever, some other alternatives. So without further ado, let's rip this box open and see some cool stuff that we can do and what can be done. Now, first of all, before I begin, yes, I have a ton of these figures, as you guys know, those who follow my channel a lot. So I'm not planning on keeping them just the way they are, but I may do some changes. Like this guy has some extra paint stuff going on there. I can't zoom in. There we go. See, you can see the paint's kind of yuckied up there. Well, this one looks like it may be a little cleaner, so I may upgrade to a cleaner version before I do all my stuff. Oh, you know what? I forgot to say hi to you guys. Hold on a second. Let me swap my camera around. Let me raise this up. Hey, there you can see I'm actually a real person, not just AI. It's funny, before I didn't do this, but I want to show myself on camera as much as I can to show that I'm not just some faceless AI video. So now you know, yes, I'm real. You can tell I'm not AI. I can just even take my glasses off. Not fake, real. Anyway, get back to the video side. So there you go. Let's go ahead and crack this thing open. Let me check out your guys' comments before I do. Don't sell them. Hey, Motor Rex, thanks for joining us. I use them for custom fodder or retool them for specific customs. That is a great, great, great idea. And some of the stuff I'm going to cover today in this video. I like that you're thinking the same way I am. You're like, Hebrew, we've been to your channel so much. We know what you do with old figures. Yes. Yes. I don't know why I'm trying to carefully open this box. I know it's going in the trash in about 10 minutes from now when this video's over. So, oh, see, and I ripped it. Oh, look at there. Look at the cool secret surprise. All right, so when this came out, it was cool. And I like the idea that they gave us kind of the pre-figures before they became the people we know as the characters. So this is pre-Skeletor, and this is pre-Trapjaw for those that didn't know. And here's how Skeletor looked when you got him in Origins. Now this is the newer head, which I actually like better, that came with the battle armor Skeletor. And then this is Trap Jaw, how he looks before he is altered at all. All right, there we go. So there is the befores, and here is the befores that they released later. Now, there's some cool things about this figure set. One is that Keldor has human boots and human hands instead of having the monster arms and monster feet that you can see that they gave with the original figure. So he's more humanoid in this one. And then Kronis, that's funny, they got his gun to block him in there. Now, I personally love this gun because it's the same gun that was supposed to come with the oh, what am I thinking? The robot pseudo armor spacesuit that comes with Castle Grayskull in the cardboard cutout. So this is a fun gun for that, and it's got a little hole right here that you can stick it right on the side of the weapons rack if you choose to for your Castle Grayskull. So that's fun, fun, fun. So one thing that kind of freaks me out this character a little bit is they made it look like he is going to have his robotic arm on this side. If you take a look, they have all this black filled up right here on the side, and when you get the real figure, bink, he does have that black shoulder right there, and he doesn't come with parts to change him into Trap Jaw. And he already has his helmet, and so he's very Trap Jaw-like-ish already. But his face, I don't know what the heck happened with this face. It looks like some evil clown out of a really bad cartoon. You can see him in Scooby-Doo or something, you know, so it's just kind of a crazy, crazy face. So yes, I did alter mine. There he is. And I used the Kronis head that we got with Classics and painted it to match because it didn't match at first. It was too light and blue. And so I had to do a paint job on it. And I think that looks a little better. Now, granted, I didn't give him the bright orangish football helmet. I did make it more purplish because it was already the color it was. But there you go. There is my updated head, and it looks a little better. He still has that weird kind of look. Now, I don't know why they just didn't use the mold from Classics. Because when they gave us Keldor, let me get him out of here. Oh, his staff's holding him in. There we go. When they gave us Keldor, they actually gave us the Classics head. This is the Classics head reused. So I don't know why they just didn't reuse the Classics head on this one unless they lost the mold. But the Classics head looks great on him. I think it's really cool. Now, I do like this Keldor. It's why I kept one for myself. But obviously you just can't sit there and have 1,000 Kronoses on there. So let's talk about what to do. So my go-to Skeletor is not this guy. I did not like his armor. Look at the difference in this armor. This armor is a striking purple and looks great. This is kind of a weirdish blue, and off camera it almost hurts your eyes when you look at it. It's just the wrong shade of purplish, and I don't like it. But I really like this armor here. So my thought was, just take and pop on a Skeletor head, and you got yourself a Skeletor. Well, you don't, for a number of reasons. One, he's got the wrong boots, and two, he has the wrong forearms, and I guess that's pretty much it. So you have a problem going on, and he has these really crazy eyes that shoot light back at you if you line up the light with it. So they got like a mirror behind them, and these red ruby eyes that then shoot it back. So kind of cool. So what I did with mine is I took the armor off and I put it on a regular Skeletor. So just taking the armor off, putting it on Skeletor, and it looked cool. The major problem I had, let's go and do it just for fun. Just for fun, let's see how it looks, and I will talk about my issues. My issues, talking about my... So pretty easy custom here. Just wipe off those 2 pieces of armor. Take off this cape. Let's just pull his head off. It'll be easier. I don't have any hot water on me. There we go. We'll just rip them apart. Dun, da, da. And you can already see just putting the belt on it already looks better. Already looks better. Now we'll take off the armor. It's so cool. His armor's kind of rubbery, so it's a little stretchy, so it's easy to take off and on without having to do too many things with it. And that looks a whole lot better. Except for his hood doesn't match and his boots don't match. No! And of course, if you swap the boots out, they are the wrong kind of boots. Yep, the hood doesn't work. So you have to use this hood here. You could, but then you have these weird glowing eyes, and I don't like this face as much. So what I did was first I solved the boot problem. So I went and got some figures. I first started with this guy here, and I thought, okay, I have one that's unopened, or it's open somewhere. Hold on. Where did I put him? No, oh, here he is. Boop. Scareglow. And I thought, okay, Scareglow's boots are closer. They are a lot closer. So originally I stole Scareglow's boots and put them on there. I'm not going to do that now, but you guys can kind of... Where did I put that Skeletor I just put together? Oh, here he is. Yes. And you can see that color is closer, but not close enough. Not close enough for me. So there's another figure that had the same feet, and that was this guy here, Webstore. And Webstore's boots matched really, really close. Close enough that I don't mind that at all. So I swapped out the boots, and now I had one thing left, and that was the hood. I wanted this face, that hood. So this is the final product here. I very carefully popped this face off. Once I popped the face off, I had to sand it down to fit the other face, because this face is not as deep. Did I ever glue it on? I just glued it on recently. But before it fell off from one of my videos. So now I have this hood, these parts from the armor, and these boots from Webstore. And bada bing, bada boom, I got myself the Skeletor that just totally rocks. He has the monster arms, he has the monster feet, he has the nice dark armor, he has a matching hood, and he has the right face, not some weird face with the crystal glowing red eyes. So there we go. And so that was cool. Now you're thinking, well, wait a minute, Todd. Now you have a Webstore with no feet. That's okay. I took my Webstore, and not this one here, but a different one, and I put Skeletor's armor on him, Skeletor's boots on him, Skeletor's head on him, and I made a Skeletor that was what is that called? I forgot. There's a darker Skeletor made from India. There's a name for it though. People call it Leo Skeletor. Yes, I made a Leo Skeletor out of my now, of course, the armor is supposed to be darker for a Leo Skeletor, almost black. But it looked okay. I didn't mind. So I had my suntan Skeletor going on. So that was pretty cool. So that's one thing you can do, is you can jazz up your other figures and just make them look better. And just look how striking that looks with the darker colors. That just looks really cool. Way better than that lighter bluish purple that we had originally with the figure. I'm gonna put them back to normal. So that's one thing you can do with your figures, is jazz up what you already have, make a better figure than what we already got. This is my last Skeletor. It's unaltered. I can't believe that. I had a hard time finding him actually in my box O stuff, because I've altered every single Skeletor I've had, or have either sold them or given them away or something. Usually I alter them and then sell them as customs of some sort. But there we go. Put that back to normal. So let's take a look here. So he has this worn, he has that there. So this is going to be my new Keldor, and I will be selling my old Keldor in the chopping block with a paint run and scratched paint. So I got myself a nice new Keldor. And what's cool, because I did match this, I can now put a cape on him if I choose to that will match too. So that's the cool part. All right. There we go. Now I got myself a replacement Keldor. This one's going into the chopping block. No, but I'm going to steal his cape first so I can put it on my other Skeletor. Oop. I'm capeless. And you can have this cool cape, sir. Thank you, Hebrew. Dun 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 dun. So cool. All right. They reissued that Skeletor recently. Yes, I just have no need to have another one. I use my custom stuff. Like I said, this is my go-to Skeletor here. He goes in my special top 11 box of figures. All right, and we'll give him the sword too. Erp. Okay, so what to do with Kronis? Dun 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 dun. So first of all, I'm not going to open my sealed trap jaw. I'm going to leave him sealed because this is the original, not the one released for fan vote. But one thing that I did not like about Trapjaw is this armor is not removable. They made it part of the build of his chest. And so what stinks is you're stuck with that being on there. So I took my Kronis and I actually merged him with my... Where is he? I took him out and I had him, so there he is, with my personal Trapjaw. So believe it or not, this Trapjaw right here is actually a Kronis body that has been altered. And I really like the armor. Fit. That little hook's not going in there. There we go. I really like the armor because it has these little tabs to put weapons on there, which seems so weird because Kronis would have no need to hang extra weapons on his armor. So that's kind of crazy. So I took my Trapjaw and I swapped out the arms. I like the Kronis legs better, so everything else stayed the same, just an arm swap. And once I did the arm swap, I then used the Filmation head, because I like the Filmation head better than the one that came in the package. And you can see the package one here, and you can see my transformation. And just those few little swaps just makes him look so much cooler. With that whole entire armor that's actually removable now, more places to store his weaponry on his back, and added the belt, of course, because I don't think Kronis had a belt. Nope, Kronis doesn't have a belt. And what a cool update. Cool update. Please read my comment. Charles, I need your prayers. Let's see. Man, Charles, did you do the same with 2000? Oh, yes. All right, Charles, I'm going back to look to see what you said. Sorry, I'm not the best. Charles, just post it again, man. I'm sorry. I don't see your comment anywhere. All I see is please reread my comment. All right, so where'd you buy your Trapjaw extra accessories you got? Oh, that is an excellent question. Excellent question. So my Trapjaw has tons of ultimate accessories, and it's because I made them. You're like, what? You made them? Yes, I did. So I made this cool little thing right here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I got other accessories. I made this cool little engine piece right here, which also works as a fire extinguisher. And then I made this cool dropper right here. Boop. You can wind it back up. And let's see, what else did I make? I made a fly swatter. The fly swatter. Ho! And then these ones came with other figures. I don't remember what these came with now that I stole them from. So yes, my Trapjaw has more weapons than most people. He's supposed to be a wizard of weapons according to Skeletor in one of the cartoons. So only 3 weapons, only one's a gun seems kind of odd. So yes, oh, WW Kane. Thank you. And I know it's funny, I have 2 of these because in the cartoon, one was a fire extinguisher and one was a jet. But they look the exact same. They used the exact same cell for both of them. So it was kind of funny. All right, so Skeletor. When it comes to Skeletor, with that darker purple, we had another Skeletor released that has a purple that comes very close to matching. And the weird thing is the skin's way different, but this 2000X version, now I did swap his head out for Masterverse Skeletor, which looks great with that new head. But it's almost the exact same purple. So you could do some switches and swaps with them to give you that. Now it's not exactly the same, but it's close. So like I like they have the black paint on here, but I don't like the bat stop painted. So you have to kind of mix. But this belt would look cool on him, or even swapping out. It's a little harder to swap these pieces out. I guess not. It is switched over the color is. You could swap those out, no problem. But anyway, so that's cool too. Is a 2000X one they released early on. You could see this belt piece would actually match pretty nicely and not be too much of a difference. Which someone mentioned earlier, but still. Cool, cool. Look at that cool Skeletor head. That looks so great on him. And the color matched too. That's the cool part about it. No paint required. I love that when you got parts with no paint required and they just match. They just match. So, soon I'll be having another chopping block coming up with lots of things to chop. And 2 of the figures that will be on the chopping block will be dun 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 dun, paint smear Keldor without a cape with a paint rub on his middle part. Hey, and a Keldor. Pre-Trapjaw Kronis will also be. I'll put some other figures on there too, so it'll be more than just those 2. All right, let me check out your guys' comments. I've been busy playing. He looks close to Masterverse Prince Keldor. Yes, he kind of does. Kane is black. Roboto is silver. Nice. Todd, I reposted it.